120.
Oh, that'll do it to you.
I haven't had one of those in a few years. Is that
It's like a fine whiskey.
got the newest version of the Abduction series from Pipeworks. This is one stout made with passion fruit. Imperial stout brewed with cacao, vanilla, and passion fruit. 10.5.
Nice.
What's the 120 at in ABV?
It's 18%.
Jeez, I forgot about that.
It's got you there, Mike.
Yeah.
I figured this is 10 or above. I'm going to go way above 10 on this one.
There you go.
18%.
How about you there? What are you drinking?
I was just dropping by to say hello before I eat dinner, and then, I was up at the tap house earlier, and then just trying to get ready. I got an early morning brew day tomorrow. Brewing about three batches tomorrow. So
Nice. And so tell us about how things are going. I mean, this is Chain Reaction Brewing. You talked about it like, I don't know, it had to be a year ago. And so it's been open a while.
yeah, we've been open 2 months now. Things have been going really good. Just selling as much beer as we can do right now. Trying to keep up with everything. Already looking to go into the 7-barrel. Hopefully by 1 year, start canning by our 1 year.
Nice.
But we've been keeping up. I think right now tomorrow we'll brew our 45th different variety of beer already.
Really?
And then
That's amazing.
we'll be at 70-something batches already tomorrow. So
That's insane, man. So, I mean, when do you have time to breathe or even think of the business other than brewing?
No more breathing, no more sleeping, no more anything. You eat dinner weird parts of time, and you just have fun. It's all about living the dream. But those 18-hour days, they really start getting you sometimes. But it's all part of the taste of goodness,
Yeah, but you're doing it for yourself, and you're not putting money in
Yeah,
other
that's
people's
the best
pockets.
part. Right now, it's the busy time. Everybody in Denver is really ramped up for. We won't stop brewing until the week of Great American Beer Festival.
So, are you guys doing anything for GABF? What anything you want to promote or talk about?
We made it into the competition. We entered the Pink Peppercorn Saison and the Red Ale, and then we're pouring both of those and our English Mild at the fest. For the festival week, we'll be open all 7 days of the festival week, and we'll also be doing special collaborations with people that whole week. Different Denver breweries will have all 16 taps full. So
Nice, man. One of these days you're gonna have your pick of who to collaborate with. Who's your dream brewery?
we have quite a few breweries that kind of come in and collaborate with us. Tomorrow we're brewing with Black Sky Brewing here in Denver, and then I'm brewing with, I think some of you guys are familiar with Barry Wasser from the Brewed Palate. I'm brewing with his brother on Friday. He's coming to town, so I'm brewing with his brother on Friday, and then we're going to work with one of the local beer radio shows here and brew 2 or 3 beers with them. 38 Steak Brewing, Strange Brewing. Quite a lone tree kind of guys. We're going to brew with a lot of different breweries.
It's so exciting, man. I'm happy for you. I'm glad it's going well.
Yeah, it's been a fun time, man. Hopefully we can see each one of you guys one of these days in the tap room. I know Skylar's coming up one of these days real soon.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely would stop by the next time I'm in Denver for sure.
Yeah, hopefully everybody can get out to Denver and try some beers. We were featured in Zagat's as one of the top 10 breweries in Denver to hit up already.
Nice.
So that was kind of cool. There's been a lot of good press around the brewery, so.
That's
That's
awesome.
very cool, man. We should make a plan now for a year from now to all of us figure out something to all be able to fly out there at the same time. That'd be a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
let us know. We'll do a beer for the show or something.
Well, like, when's the anniversary is it August? You guys have the last month, or July rather? Because I'm wondering if we should try to hit out for a 1-year anniversary thing for you guys. That would be
Yeah,
good.
our 1 year would be in June.
Okay.
But we're always ready to party. There's always something to celebrate, you know?
Right. Nice, man. Well, good luck at the GABF. What?
Yeah, I'll try to pop in. I'm going to the Specials Brewers dinner thing. I'll try to pop into the show when I'm at the dinner or something, and just give you guys a quick.
That'd be awesome.
I'll do that.
Nice, dude. Well, thanks for popping in. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and you guys enjoy those big beers.
Will do.
Awesome, Zach.
Cheers.
Good seeing you,
Thanks for
man.
jumping in. Congrats.
See you
Cheers,
later.
man.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad everything's going well for him. It would be so fun to be able to go there, though. You know.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, man, road trip. We could drive that. I mean, Denver's not that bad.
I'm making the trip.
It's a beautiful drive.
15 hours.
How long?
Once we
15
get
hours?
through Iowa, we're all right. Other than that, it's just
No,
literally looking at corners and hours.
Nebraska.
Oh,
Nebraska
that's
is
the
the
one I'm
bitch.
thinking of. Oh, yeah.
I mean, Iowa's not great either, but at least there's Iowa City, and that's where my alma mater is. So, you know, get dive off of 80 real quick to get a beer there or just food.
Yeah, I stand corrected. I completely meant to say Nebraska because that's exactly what I was thinking about. That was, I remember driving with my brother. He was moving to LA, and we moved all his stuff from Chicago to LA, and we drove the whole way. And Colorado was the most beautiful state I've ever driven through in my entire life. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
I think it needs to be because you got to get to Nebraska first, and so it's like you better have something to look forward to at the other end to do that.
Yeah.
Man.
God, this beer is amazing. I'll talk about it in a little bit. Let's hear what you guys got. Skylar, you're rocking some hard beers. I don't know if you guys saw what he was drinking.
Ooh.
It's this one's been sitting for about a year and a half now. 18% alcohol. This is the point to where the malt starts really coming through, and it's not quite as bitter as that first year of ownership. I've never held it for the whole 5 years, but damn, it's something you just sip on lightly.
Oh yeah, especially that ABV.
That's amazing. I wasn't sure if you had popped a fresh one or if you had that one hanging on to it. So they say you can hang on to it for 5 years about on that?
You can probably do more than that. But, yeah, it even says on the bottle, enjoy now or age for a decade or so. You probably could.
Awesome.
Without it.
You probably could. I agree.
Wait, which I totally didn't get the label. Which one is that?
That's the 120.
Oh, okay. Got it. Nice.
Yep.
So what did you decide on, Brandon?
I grabbed the Stone Espresso Imperial Russian Stout from last year. The coffee's faded a lot, which I figured it would be after a year, but you also can't go wrong with a Stone Imperial Russian Stout that's a year old either. So as far as a 10% or higher sort of beer, can't go wrong at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, that looks good. It looks really good. I haven't had that one in a while. That's cool. So that one is a year old, you said?
Yeah, I have a vertical going. I started the vertical in 2012. I'm trying to keep it going. Hopefully, in a few years, we can do one of those like a 10-year verticals. Like say in 2022, we can do a 10-year vertical and see what it's like. Plan ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the vertical that makes you go horizontal.
You got to share it.
Yeah.
So what do you have there, Dan?
I got the. I went to newer because I didn't want to raid the cellar again. It seems like I've been kind of hitting it a lot lately. So I got the Brother Benjamin, which is it's an India Pale Ale Imperial IPA brewed with honey at Greenbush in Michigan, and it's pretty comparable, I'd say, to like a Hop Slam. They definitely don't taste the same. I'd say that the mouthfeel on this is a little thicker, and Hop Slam is a little hopped differently, but it's every bit as good, and it's a really tasty beer. So.
Nice. What's up, Kevin?
How you doing?
I'll jump in. I'm doing well. How about you?
Not bad. I've got. You recognize that?
Nice.
Chin pity.
Yeah. So this is a good one. This actually, I've had this. I had it saved for a while. So it's. I think it's a year and a half old. I don't know how well it was going to keep in a can, and I only kept it because of our stout days, and it's very good. I haven't had one in quite a while. What's that?
That'll be fine in a can. It'll age better. There'll be absolutely no light in there. So
that's true. No, it's you know, unfortunately, I haven't had one in a while, so I don't have a good reference to how it generally tastes. But it's really good, really roasty. It's a little boozy, but not. I wouldn't have thought 10.5 from drinking it, but it's really good. It's funny when you open the can, you know, you're so used to the can going, you know, it's when you open it. But this one, there's not that same carbonation. It's just you open it and it's almost like there's something wrong for a second, you know, because it's not as carbonated and it pours out real thick. It's good.
Nice. I love that beer. I think I have a couple cans, one or two, from maybe last year, but so yeah, that one's a good beer, man. I haven't had that in a long time. And how's yours? How's yours, Dan? I haven't had a Brother Benjamin in a bit either.
Oh, I mean it's tasty. I mean it's brand new, so it's not aged at all. But I don't know. It's
hard, man.
It's really cloudy. I was kind of surprised. It's you know, it's definitely not the same thing. A lot of people compare it to Hop Slam, but I'm not getting that at all drinking it. Really.
I thought the same thing because I had heard that before, and then when you mentioned it, that was my first thought was, boy, when I had that, I wouldn't have compared them. I mean, other than the fact it's the same style, so of course it's similar, but that one is, you know, I think you and I have the same impression of it. That one is a lot like thicker on the tongue, and it's just it doesn't have the same it doesn't have that same. I don't even know how to describe it hop flavor as the Hop Slam does.
Yeah, no, the way that it hits your tongue, it's aggressive in a different way. So that it's not that it's a less aggressive hop profile. It's just it's hitting you differently and it's evolving in your mouth differently. I think what it might come down to is the honey, because I think Hop Slam is slightly more alcohol by volume. And I think you taste the honey a lot more in the Brother Benjamin, but you don't taste it as much in the Hop Slam. It might be a fermentable sugars issue where it just eats up more of that, or they use less of it, and it's more malt that's getting turned into alcohol. So that's been my impression. But I mean, yeah, it's a tasty brew.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I said it a little bit earlier before everyone else was popping on, but I grabbed the new Pipeworks. This is the Passion Abduction. So this is their normal stout series, Imperial Stout actually. This one's interesting. It's an alien on the toilet with, it looks like a strange cigarette, and then this guy's got an alien coming out. So
why do you think
their labels? What did you say?
So why do you think that label's strange?
I don't know. I don't know. It's so funny, man. I love these labels because it's usually somebody on the. This actually looks like Josh from Revolution on the label, but they have a different person from Pipeworks.
Is that right?
Yeah, they take someone from the brewery and they put it on one of the labels. This one is amazing though. Like I don't know how this would keep because it's the passion fruit. I was
just say, do you normally like passion fruit flavor?
See, I like it. It smells like grapefruit, so I don't know. Is there a big difference between that? Is it the same thing?
There is to me. I don't much care. I don't actively dislike it, but I don't seek out something that's a passion fruit flavor. I don't really like that much.
I agree, but you know what it is? It's weird. Like I don't know if this would smell boozy or not, but it doesn't taste boozy. So this could be something that if you just handed somebody and they had no idea, it would just smell like a really good stout. It's really complex. There's so much going on, but like you just smell it, and it's all grapefruit smell. So it's the passion fruit that's just the first thing you get. And yeah, I mean it's in the flavor too, but you still get the dark roastiness, but it's not like real full. It's not like full bodied or anything. It's pretty like. It would if you closed your eyes, you would almost picture it could be something of a different style, like a brown ale or something. I don't know. It doesn't taste like that, obviously, but just the mouthfeel is a lot looser than you would really normally expect from a stout. So I love this. Yeah, I just don't know how the passion fruit would hold in the flavoring if you were to age something like this, but I'd be willing to put one aside just to give it a shot. It's really good. I recommend it.
Now I know you've had a bunch of that series, the Abduction. I actually haven't had one yet. I have one. I have a regular Abduction, but I haven't drank it yet, and I haven't had any of the ones that I did was like orange truffle and mint and chocolate and.
Mint.
It just. I didn't dislike the mint, but it wasn't. It wasn't great.
It was not their best effort.
Have you ever had the regular Abduction with no fancy?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay, because that's what I have, and
they actually have it out now still. Like I saw, it was on the shelves right next to this one too. So I'm almost gonna get another one because I don't think I have the standard base beer in the cellar. I just have.
Okay.
I think I had the mocha, but I drank that like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I love that series, man. It almost feels like there's a new one every freaking week. I go to Binny's, and all I hear is Dan in my head, because I always get Pipeworks, and
I know.
I just love Pipeworks, but he's always like, get Spiteful, and I go to the Spiteful shelf, and I'm on there, and I'm going through all the ABVs, and I'm like, there was one that was 9.9, and I was like, are you kidding me?
Nope.
I go, I can't. It's against the rules. So I was like, well, there's a new Abduction. I'm getting it. So Dan can yell at me all he wants, but I'm getting it. So that's cool. That it's an awesome local brewery here in Chicago for anyone who's watching out of town. So they've been rated when they first came out. They were the best new brewery of, I think it was like 2012 maybe or something like that. So I don't know, but another brewery that was kind of like an offspring of them is expanding. I heard out of Indiana, 18th Street Brewing, Drew Fox, who he worked for a while at Pipeworks, and now they're expanding. I just saw an article. Did anyone know any of the details about that, or did anyone read that before, Dan? Maybe.
No, I didn't keep up on the 18th Street. The only thing that I've seen out of Indiana was Free Floyd's just posted a picture of the breaking ground on the expansion.
Yep.
So it was like a short little video, actually. I saw it. And you said it was just today, right?
Yeah, they just tweeted it today.
Yeah, just some big machine breaking shit. It was, it was nothing, nothing too much about the beer.
Right.
All right, so Gary, Indiana, 18th Street announced that it's going to double production by the end of 2014, also becoming the first Northwest Indiana brewery to have its own canning facility.
Nice.
So, owner Drew Fox, he's investing in larger equipment and a canning line, combined moves that will allow the Gary Brewery to increase production from roughly 500 barrels a year to more than 1,000. So they're going to more than double.
I don't imagine, are they big enough that they've got a, like if we're driving through there, do we stop and have a beer?
Oh yeah, they have a tap room.
They do?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We
Yeah,
should
and
drive
the
through there and
food.
have a beer.
Well, no, actually, you know what I was thinking is if we get tickets Dark Lord Day next year, I think that there is a stop for the South Shore line, like right there, like within a couple of blocks of the brewery. So you basically get off, go there and try a couple.
Yeah.
Head to Dark Lord Day, and then come back, or you go to Dark Lord Day, come back, and before you go on the train, you pop in for a couple there. So, but yeah, it's very doable for sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they're distributing all through Indiana, so it looks like they actually just reached a deal with another distributor, and then they also are just collaborating with McKellar. So they're doing a lot of stuff with the distributor out there to kind of keep a relationship going out there in Europe. So they're doing a lot of great things. Yeah, it's exciting. That's cool. So, anybody try anything new or see a new brewery or?
Hey, I finally had the Ballast Point Sculpin this week.
Oh, what'd you think?
I had never. Oh, it was really good. It was. We had people over. We had about I don't know, 5 couples over and 10 little kids running around in the backyard this weekend on Saturday, and one of the guys brought over a 6-pack of Sculpin to add to the kitty, and it was really good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It was just one of those that for whatever reason I had never had. They've been selling it in Chicago for a year and a half now, and so I was excited, and it lived up to expectations.
Yeah, the only downside to that one is that it's a little more of a premium price than some of the others.
It is.
That'll keep you off of it if you're not in a hurry to spend an extra $3 or $4. But it's good stuff.
Yeah.
I sprung for the bomber of that not too long ago. Actually, I just had it probably 4 or 5 days ago as well. So.
Oh, okay.
It is a good one. I really like it. I don't remember if I had it before they mentioned it on that episode of Brewdogs, and I was like,
"Oh, they did?"
Seen that label, like 1,000. Yeah, it was a San Diego episode, and
oh, okay,
one of the earlier season, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember who's the other guy? Not James Watt, but the other guys with the ponytail.
Is it Chris?
No,
I don't remember their names.
I feel bad that I can't think of his name.
I know.
He said that was one of his favorite first IPAs on the show. Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's Phil.
My keyboard has 120 all over it.
Oh no!
I've saved most of it though.
Oh,
Oh God!
You know what? I'm not even gonna wash it because that's gonna smell beautiful.
That's awesome. Air freshener.
I just saw your face. I was like, "Oh no, did beer spill?"
What a beer to spill.
I know.
Yeah, just
That's
pour
what,
it.
like
No biggie.
$10 for a single bottle of that one.
Oh, if you could get it around here.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Is that hard to come by over there?
Oh, it's very, very, very difficult to come by right here.
No, they
I
distribute
see the
it.
key.
Yeah. Do they distribute in Texas? Because I know it.
But just like a lot of beers that get down here, you've got to know someone who knows someone who will let you in to buy it before it goes on shelves because it doesn't even make it to the shelf. They have
Right.
to hide it behind the counter, be like, okay, go to counter 1, you're going to want to talk to Hank. Hank is going to send you to a different guy down the road who's going to give you a coupon to maybe talk to this one dude if he's there. That's how we get our good craft beer in Texas. Or at least,
But go before 12 because usually he likes to go at 12 and have a sandwich, and he probably won't be there at 12. So.
yeah. Or like the last time I tried getting there's some beer, I think it was Perla, or some beer that I'll probably never be able to get. that it was like there was one guy right in front of me and he got the last one. And I was like, oh, I waited. I drove here like as soon as I got the call from work. I left work. I went there. He's like, we've got it in. You gotta hurry. 20 minutes there. Ah, dude got the last one.
It sucks.
Oh.
Man.
So yeah, the struggle is real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I remember for what was it? Bourbon County Stout last year. I was in line, and they had all the variants and all that crap. And I got lucky. I got everything except for one, and it was the worst. Being like about 10 guys back, and they said, you hear the shout going out. The rye backyard stout is gone. And you're like, oh no, the end is near. We're all doomed. No. But for some reason they had just gotten less of that one, and the proprietors they still had plenty. So it was like, that wasn't a problem. But yeah, that feeling sucks, especially when you've spent an hour in line.
Yeah.
So I just finished not too long ago watching the last two. Did they release 2 episodes of the new Dark Horse show yesterday?
Oh, I forgot to record that. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you haven't seen any of them yet?
No, I did. I've got to. As soon as we're done here, I got to remember to set that up.
I've just seen the one.
So yeah, they've. I think they're on like 6 episodes now. And at first, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it.
Okay.
And now I'm 100% in. I will watch that. I will keep watching that show.
A show about beer in Michigan. I would have thought. I would have thought that had written all over it.
I know, but it's not always about beer. These guys are hilarious, man. They're very very innovative, and they know how to do a lot of stuff. Like just build everything. I don't know what Skylar's doing. I was like, all right, never mind. So I don't know. I just really liked the last few episodes. They've been I don't know. They're just very entertaining, and I could tell. I could see this being a pretty much a hit on the network that they're on. So
I was
trying
to look it up here. I'm looking up. All I got was a Katy Perry video, and what a
yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the name of the show is here.
That's a bait and switch.
Where are you guys seeing a Katy Perry video?
No, I was looking up Dark Horse to see what the name of the show was.
I was like, what? But yeah, it's good, and I'm still totally in on Brewdogs. I don't know. What was the last one they just did? Did you guys watch them?
I haven't seen one since Chicago, so I got the last 2, like Durango and Northern California.
They did
Hawaii and Alaska?
Yeah, they did Hawaii. I haven't seen Alaska.
I think it's Hawaii and Alaska, and that's what I've got recording too.
Yeah, I saw Hawaii. Oh, Alaska I'm not recording because damn it. Never mind. I'm painting the living room right now, so I think the box has been unplugged. Wait, what's that?
I'm saying there's some conflict that you don't want to admit to.
No. No, it's just I basically have to paint the entire first floor of our house because they finally put the walls up and they got parts attached that they kind of shrank during drying. As far as the tape job went. But now I've got the TV unplugged, and so it's like, the box, that's my DVR. I couldn't put it back in. So I might be missing a couple episodes. But I did see Hawaii. Hawaii was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really neat. They for anyone watching that didn't see the episode, it was kind of cool. I don't want to ruin too much, but they actually used lava rocks. I loved how they kept the temperature going by just keeping one of those those kegs on the fire the whole time, and then just dropped it in, and it was really cool.
Yeah, it was
a good beer.
Yeah, no, it looked like actually one of the few beers that they've done where I sort of I could solidly see myself drinking that one. There's some that you go, that's going to turn out okay, and then there's some that they do, you're just like,
yeah.
No.
But I totally dug the Northern California episode when they. Did you guys see that one where they went to Bear Republic and they went to Sierra Nevada, and they were working with the Pope of Foam?
That's right.
Oh my God, that equipment was awesome looking.
Cool. No, I've got that set up to go. I'll watch it. Actually, I'm gonna be gone next week. I won't make the show next week. I'm going down to South Carolina, so I get to have some southeastern beers if I can find them.
No, very cool.
Yeah, there's a couple real good places on Hilton Head Island where we'll be. Mostly beer bars. There's a place called the Lodge that I've been to every time we're down there. It's I think it's probably the best beer bar south of Brixie's, in Brookfield. But that's a really good one. And I was looking up. There's a brewery that started since I've been there last. So in the last year, there's a new one that started up on there. So I'm gonna have to check it out. It barely had any presence at all online. It was so new.
Wow.
Nice.
Now, do you fly into Savannah for that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say you could probably get a good beer or two in Savannah too.
Savannah's got one year Aaron and I had a late afternoon flight and had to get dropped off like in the mid morning, so we had like 5 hours before our flight, and so we just took a cab down to Savannah and went to brew pub. Had a long lunch, and I wish I wish I could remember the name of it. I can remember where it is, so I'd be able to look it up. But it was actually really good. It was something that I had since seen on TV too. Or no, it was in Beer Advocate. That's right. It was featured in there. When they might have done Savannah as the city on the back page or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's some good stuff to be found around there.
Yeah, I mean,
Executioner, if I can get it at the store.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, it's like Sweetwater's been getting a lot of press down there recently.
Yeah,
they're not the Georgia brewery.
I haven't had much Sweetwater, and all I've ever had is kind of I hate to say it, but like something plain, like just the Sweetwater lager or something. And so I don't know much about them. So I guess I'll
just
seek that out.
About them today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they looks like they're revamping their bottles. They're gonna do a fresh new look on the glass packaging, complemented by a brand spanking new bottle conditioning process for the liquid inside. So they're gonna have them in these like new curvy bottles, and it's like the second week of August. So they're changing up a whole bunch of stuff. A little bit of information on that.
Like,
on
I'll be willing to try.
It's like but I can, I've had their beer before, and I think bottle conditioning with them would be really good. I'm one of those weird people who actually likes, I prefer bottle conditioned beers.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a brewery go from, forced carbonation to bottle condition. I've always seen breweries go from bottle condition to eventually upgrading to, forced carbing.
Right. Now, did they say in the article why they were making that switch?
I didn't read anything about it. I read they're making the switch today, but they didn't say why.
Did you see anything?
I'm looking right now because I got the information that I was just reading a little bit ago from Beer Pulse. So let me see if I can find anything else of the reasoning behind it. So what do you like better about bottle conditioning, Skylar? While I'm looking for that.
It's not that I like it better per se. It's just I like the I don't know. It's definitely a different mouthfeel. It's one of those things that people argue about. Oh, there's no difference. There's a difference. Other than the fact that you've got this small patch of yeast at the bottom, which that's better for you really. If you want to go that far into it, drinking a bottle conditioned beer is better than drinking a filtered beer just for the vitamin and mineral content of the yeast.
It's funny, Mike. You asked the question right as I was looking this up. There's a big poster-sized infographic from Sweetwater on what bottle conditioning does, and it's like little stuff like the oxygen that's left in the head of the bottle where the above the liquid, the yeast basically eat it up, and so it increases the stability and maintains the freshness of the beer better.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you were to look this up, there's a whole it's a whole poster 4 or 5 different fun facts about bottle conditioning.
Yeah, it's got to be a greener process too, because you're not getting a whole bunch of canisters of CO2 that in and out of your out of your factory, you're just dumping yeast in there, or just using the yeast that's already suspended in the solution and adding more sugar at bottom of it. So, yeah, I mean, I like it simply because of the vintage beers. I mean, well, not simply because of, but it's definitely a lot of the beer that I'm cellaring. I know that a lot of it doesn't have yeast in there, and it always scares me a little bit because the Hardy's, part of the reason it holds so well together for so long is because it's got that yeast in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't just hold it together better; it also keeps on eating at the sugars, and the flavors evolve as a result. So I wonder why more people don't do that, especially on something that they are specifically kind of selling as a beer to cellar.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I'm glad to see that they're actually kind of leading the floor and saying, hey, you know what? This isn't something that you just do because you're starting up. This is something you do because it's a good practice for your beer.
Yeah.
Would it be more or less labor intensive then? I mean, does it save on work doing it that way, or?
I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would imagine so. I just wonder.
Doesn't it take a little time though? I mean, even if it's only a week, that's a week's worth of inventory for a brewery. I bet that's. I mean, that alone is probably financially leans towards. I guess I don't really know, but I'm just guessing that the factors that would go into it.
Yeah, that's
a good point.
Because it would need to condition warm before it's brought to the cold, because if it's cold, the yeast aren't going to work at all.
Right.
Yeah, that's extra time, and time is money. So maybe they're just producing enough to where that time is worth the extra effort. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if they got some marketing campaign telling me very easily what the benefits of bottle conditioning are, then trying to command the price for it.
Right.
They also just switched to canning on some of their beers too, though, right? Like, isn't the 420 now canned?
What was that? I don't know.
I thought I was reading that. Let me see if
the only thing I saw was about the new bottles, so that's what the focus was.
Yeah, it says Sweetwater began conditioning beers with the launch of cans in March of this year, beginning with the 420 Extra Pale Ale and the India Pale Ale in aluminum this spring. The brewery teased bottle conditioning on the horizon. So
Okay.
looks like they're already canning on a couple of them. So it's, I don't know. I assume that those are their more faster moving beers, so that those are the ones that they would.
Those are the ones I've seen. Now, can you have this is going to sound like a stupid question because I don't know how to ask it, but we were talking about bottle conditioning. Can you do that in a can? Probably not. I have no idea. I don't think I've ever had a can that has yeast at the bottom.
You can. Hell, you can keg condition. You can put it in a keg.
Really?
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I can't think of an example where anybody does that.
No, neither can I.
Not to say it's right or wrong. That sounds so odd to me to think of a can conditioned beer, even though
But if you think about it, I mean, I know it's not totally obviously it's not, canning's not new, but for the craft beer world it is. So I mean, they've only been doing it popularly maybe for 3 years now, if that. So I think maybe somebody should start doing that. I think nobody's probably just never thought about it until you did today. So congratulations, you just changed the beer world.
Nobody thought.
And nobody's gonna ever see this, so it'll just be lost. So yeah, that's an awesome idea. I mean that's.
I don't know what the benefits are, but I'm just curious.
I mean, I'd imagine it would be the same result, just because you've still got probably the same amount of headspace where they're talking about it, kind of eating up the gases inside, naturally carbonating it on a secondary fermentation. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds feasible. So
yeah, maybe I'll report back in 2 weeks. So I'll do some research.
Yeah, when you go on the tour, make sure you ask all these questions and, and refer to this podcast. And just say. So let's see what else is going on. It looks like there was some sort of a lawsuit with Rogue.
All right.
Oh yeah, they lost it too, didn't they?
It looks like it. Yeah, a New York federal judge on Monday agreed to dismiss Rogue Ale Brewer, Oregon Brewing Company's lawsuit accusing Rogue's Harbor Steak and Ale Inc. of infringing its trademark on the Rogue name, noting that the rival said they're working on settling their dispute.
Oh, there was some steak and ale chain that used the word rogue. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Oh, okay.
And since once you have ale and rogue in the same sentence, it's like you can't do the copyright, man.
Done.
Well, there's a lot of lawsuits been going on lately, obviously, and I just saw a headline today that Dogfish Head's Sam Legione said that there's increasingly competitive environment, and there's a quote, "There's a bloodbath coming."
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're heading into an incredibly competitive era of craft brewing. There's a bloodbath coming. So it looks like there was an article on Bon Appetit, is what they're quoting here on beerpulse.com. So there's a lot of breweries out there.
One of the crazy ones that I saw was that Bear Republic one, where they're actually scaling back on their expansion plans because of the drought in California.
Oh wow.
And it's sort of like, what's that going to do for all the rest of the breweries down there? Because I mean, you're talking about a significant, segment of the craft brewing industry being in that state, and with something as essential, the ingredient as water being at risk, what is that? How does that look to the not just the Bear Republic, but for every other brewer that's down there? I mean, that's going to be interesting because that drought may or may not go away soon.
That's a scary thought as a whole with craft beer all over the place. I mean, obviously it affects the entire world in other areas as well, but I think the world just treats the water supply so shitty that eventually it's gonna come down to being really affected. And I've seen I've heard stories about that garbage mass that's like the size of Texas, like in the middle of the ocean, and there's more of them. There's many of them, obviously. And the cool things about one of the reasons why I like all those breweries in Michigan is the fact that they actually really treat their water supply as a very important source for the whole state, and they keep their lakes and stuff they're just pristine, and they like Shorts themselves, they have their own water purification system to kind of take pressure off of the city, what do you call it, water.
The water reclamation, or
yeah, thank you. That's the word I was trying to think.
there you go.
And so the city, instead of having to deal with that, being processed because of a brewery being in town, they have their own equipment and they're processing the water and they're clearing it before it even gets to the city water. So it's it's already, the work's been done, and they're doing a lot of taking a lot of the pressure and saving a lot of money for that environment in that area. So it's things like that are cool, but that kind of scares me when a brewery has to cut back because of their water. That should be something that everyone looks into, but and it's I know that we started late, but I kind of have a hard stop at 9 o'clock tonight, so we're gonna have to blame Google Plus for that.
I didn't know.
What's that? You didn't
I didn't know. I actually liked it better. I got to see everybody's beer.
Yeah.
So we only had to repeat one or two.
No. Except for you. Yeah, whatever. I forgotten your beer, and that's what I was trying to remember.
No, that's fine. I'm just kidding.
It was the induction.
Yeah. So, are we gonna add South Carolina to the list here, or what?
I'm flying. I don't plan on bringing any back. I've got 2 growlers from there, but this time I don't think any are coming back.
You could totally fly home with beer. I do it all the time.
I got 2 kids in the airport. The beer is the least of my concern one.
Enough said. I understand. All right. Do we want to add anything?
Pumpkin beer. Did you say pumpkin beer?
Yep.
Yes, we're just about. It's August 15th. Is the. I bought 2 pumpkin beers already, so.
I brought one already too. I had it actually. Was that last week or?
Yeah,
what was the? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Warlock. I forget what I got that.
Yeah,
for. Oh, it was the New York beer episode.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them actually. Penny's has got them posted all over the place. Well, this website's changed. They shrunk the wheel down a little bit, so now I'm going to have to...
Cutbacks.
Yeah, they're cutting back now, too. Jesus, what the hell? What does that say?
State of Washington. Woo!
Oh,
Okay. All right, that'll be good. That'll be interesting.
State of Washington?
Yeah.
All right.
We've had that forever.
I can't even think of it. What? Oh well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, time to go to Beer Advocate.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, sorry that this is a little bit of a shortened show, everybody, but we'll be back next week. Kevin, have fun on vacation, and
I'll try.
Hopefully
Yeah,
see you guys. And hopefully we'll see some of you guys again next week. So we'll be back with Beers from Washington. So thanks for joining, and cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.